What's going on YouTube? I'm Mr. Fitzy and this is my rundown on E3 with my thoughts. E3 is one of the biggest gaming conventions, so I couldn't go through every game shown, but I picked out the major announcements and games, so I'm going to go for them. So starting off, we've got Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. This is the third in the series, excluding the available one on the PSP. The time frame is set just after number 2, so we're not looking at a different time period. The gameplay looks like it could take a change when seeing multiple assassins. This could mean cooperative play or constant swapping between assassins to use different skills. So it should be pretty interesting to see how they work that into the game. Let's hope they stay on track with the series, bringing more refreshing gameplay. Let's pray to have online co-op, because I think that would be a great feature. I'm not expecting a huge upgrade in graphics, but I would like a much more higher variety in combat, because last time it was getting a bit dull near the end of the game. I thought it was a very good trailer. After watching it, I actually wanted to play Assassin's Creed 2 again. I trust Ubisoft to carry on the series and do it right. This is due for release on the 16th of November 2010. Next up, announcement: Assassin's Creed Brotherhood will contain multiplayer. Is it a bad move? Well, I personally think it is. Assassin's Creed is not meant to be a multiplayer game, it's all about the single player experience. I can't see how they'll work the gameplay round a lot of players just assassinating each other. I just don't think it'll work. Let's hope they do it right and it's not a cheap add-on to the game, because that will lower its score and a lot of people will rate it on its multiplayer, not rather than its single player. We can't tell much from the trailer other than it's just a lot of people assassinating each other. We can't really tell what kind of gameplay it will be. There was an interview saying everyone will get a specific task to assassinate another player, but if they decide to assassinate someone else, they'll fail their mission. And that just kind of seems rubbish to me. That's my personal view. And of course this will release with Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. To follow that up, Metal Gear Solid Rising. This is the Metal Gear Solid available for the PS3, the 360 and the PC. If you've played the Metal Gear Solid series, you will know Raiden from the main character of Metal Gear Solid Sons of Liberty. This game takes place between the second and fourth Metal Gears, filling in Raiden's story. Already, I'm sorry to say this is not a fully fledged Metal Gear Solid game. The series' former tagline, Tactical Espionage Action, has been replaced by Lightning Bolt Action. Metal Gear Solid has always been a stealth game, not an action game, but I'm ready to see what they will produce. I'm disappointed by the trailer just because it's not stealthy, and the final few minutes of the trailer actually just make me disappointed to see Metal Gear go this way. Well, here it is, Call of Duty Black Ops. Some things we can tell about this little bit of footage: the guy's holding the torch in tactical form, suggesting the tactical knife may also be back in this game. First thing we will see from this action gameplay is a noob tube. Bad call from Treyarch. To follow that up, I'm disappointed not just because of the noob tube, but the gun seems to be very easy to use. Little recoil and no idle sway. This could mean multiplayer could be as easy as Modern Warfare 2, but it could just be me reading too much into the game. For all I know, the multiplayer might be completely different. Overall, some nice bits of cinematics, but I also want the gameplay to match, which it obviously hasn't. Medal of Honor. For the people that didn't know, this used to be Call of Duty's biggest rival. They often used to get around the same amount of sales back on PS2, so it's back. What is it doing right? I'm actually part of the beta for this, so I'm not speaking just from the trailer, I'm speaking out of experience. The game is very much like Call of Duty mixed with Battlefield, which isn't a bad thing, But at the same time, an old series like Medal of Honor has no reason to copy other games. It made a great title on PS2, why not try and be original? From better experience, I can tell you it's a good game. Players have around the same amount of life as Battlefield. When spawning, they get to pick from a mixture of classes that branch out into other classes and guns. I like the trailer, but I do not have high hopes for the game just because it's another COD. Next up, Killzone 3. The game picks up immediately after number 2, so we are still looking at the same storyline. The major complaint from Killzone 2 was its weight system. It seemed your player was walking around with cement bricks for feet. Every movement took ages and was delayed. Some enjoyed this, so Guerrilla Games developers have decided to tweak them and try and make everyone happy. I'm enthusiastic about the idea. Don't get me wrong, I like the weight system, but at the same time it needed tweaking. It was too heavy. They want to make this game a big hit. They need to start from scratch on the multiplayer. I was shocked at Killzone 2 online. It was so unbalanced, and the only way to make it half playable was turning every class off besides medic and tactician. I think they really need to go back to their roots of Killzone 1 because that game was phenomenal online. Gears of War 3. I don't know much about the Gears of War series as I'm a PS3 player. I've completed number 1 and I know the story of number 2. I can tell you the story is still carrying on with the main lead characters. Now they live on a converted aircraft carrier called the Raven's Nest. To make matters worse for the lead characters, some enemies have become infected, causing them to evolve, threatening both Locust and the humans. Some new handy moves have been added to the game, like a brutal melee sprint and sticking enemies with nades whilst they are held up. Gears of War 3 will include a mode called Beast Mode. Beast Mode, you are the Locust combating the COG. In Beast Mode, you earn tokens for killing your enemy. Once you get enough tokens, you are able to upgrade your character to a specific class. Nothing has been said about competitive online yet, but I'm sure they will improve on Gears of War 2. Dead Space 2 continues to follow Isaac. The Church of Unificology and the government will continue to have a large place in the storyline. Not much has been given away about Dead Space 2. The game will begin in a hospital on board the Sprawl. The players will witness the horror of the Necromorph as it spreads around the ship. There is rumoured to be a multiplayer mode with Dead Space, but no one is actually sure that this is real or not. The PlayStation 3 version will include Dead Space Extraction as a PlayStation Move compatible title. I'm hoping this multiplayer will be some sort of survival mode and not actually a competitive multiplayer, because it will be much like the Assassin's Creed one where it will just ruin the game, and I hope this isn't the case. If they do some kind of survival mode with 2 players, I think it will be a great success. This is due for release January 25th, 2011. All aboard the fail train, kinetic and move. I do not care how much technology of motion sensors evolves, it will always be for casual gamers and it can never be fitted into proper games. 360 and PS3 should be ashamed of themselves to try and steal the Wii's market. The Wii's market is casual gamers. Remember who bought your consoles, 360 and PS3? Die-hard fans that like hardcore games. If developers waste their time developing crap like these, they're not developing good games. Let's try and keep the market alive, for fuck's sake. Sorry, that's my little rant over. Both PS3 and 360 revealed their motion sensors and both failed miserably in my books. Both have no good games coming for it and barely show me any decent gameplay of either of them. I'm actually just completely disappointed in both companies. And coming up on the right in a minute is my favourite game ever. Ah, a little... Not even real pet. That's lovely.
About this game, they wanted to play it. So with Crysis 2, you guys have announced that it's going to be on Xbox, it's going to be on PlayStation 3, and of course on the computer.
You heard it, folks. To finish it up, Crysis 2 on the consoles. I have high hopes for this game. I never got to play the previous one, but I heard it had amazing graphics. Didn't hear much about the gameplay or anything else for a fact. I don't even know the story, but I just heard it was fantastic. The game looks phenomenal, and I'm hoping it will just have a decent multiplayer to go with it, and it will just wrap everything off. That's it for me. I think I've rounded up all the games I wanted to talk about. Sorry if there was any wrong information in there. I'm not 100% sure on all of it. It's just from my own knowledge. Let me know what you think about this video. If you want me to finish it off, like go through all the other games that were mentioned, I will happily do so. And give me your views on E3. I think we had quite a good year, so what are your top games coming out or something like that? What games do you really want, and which games are you like, fuck that looks terrible? And please, for the love of God, do not tell me that you like motion controllers or I will kill you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Mr. Fitzy. Goodbye.